going to Dashi Station. It just isn't fair. Dashi Station. I'm never gonna get out of here. I was going to Dashi Station. On the line. Dashi Station. I pick up some power converters.
Welcome back, everyone. It is I, the Oscar-nominated a-hole, the a-hole who is sometimes some sort of a troll, and today I'm giving you my Avengers Endgame review. It's going to be a quick review. The moments I liked, the things I didn't make, or the scenes I didn't like. First half is going to be spoiler-free, and the other is spoiler-filled. I made one review, and it was almost 20 minutes, and I know YouTube won't let me upload anything longer than 15, and I was like, well, I'm not going to record 15 to 20 more minutes. I'm just going to do a quickie now. And if you guys want to talk to me down in the comment section below about more stuff, I'll be more than happy to. And I don't mind making extra videos about certain aspects. I definitely might do one on one of the big spoilers. So spoiler-free review first. I give it a 9 out of 10. It's definitely a different film than Infinity War, so don't expect it to be just like Infinity War. I think the best way to enjoy this movie is going into it simply as I did. I totally detached. I'm not a huge fanboy. I didn't come up with fan theories. I learned my lesson from Last Jedi. And so, therefore, when I came into the film, I watched it, and I think for over half the movie, it was a 6 out of 10 for me. And by the end of it, there was this one scene, and it was a 9 out of 10 by that time. And I'm definitely can't wait to buy it on Blu-ray and watch it. Again, so definitely a very, very good film. Captain Marvel is not in it that much. 4 scenes. 2 of them she talks, kind of some, and then another one she talks like twice. She's on the screen very little. So that's good. She does not bring it down. She does not destroy it. She does not ruin it. So that's the spoiler-free review. Pretty quick, pretty simple, pretty sweet and to the point. Now, spoiler review coming up. I'm going to give you 3 seconds to click away if you don't want to watch it. 3, 2, 1. All right, let's go. If you haven't clicked away yet, spoilers. All right, so the 2 biggest things that happened in this film that are definitely spoilerific in nature is the basic death of Captain America and the actual death of Tony Stark. Now, if you don't know, Tony Stark is, for me, my favorite MCU character. He's the one I have more of an emotional attachment to than any of the other ones, and therefore, when anything happens to him, I'm much more attached. I've never cried at an MCU film before. You know, they're cheesy blockbuster schlock. You know, they're fun. Nothing emotional in them. But Tony Stark's death made me cry. I'm not going to lie. Soy tears, whatever anyone wants to say. I've been invested in this character for 11 years. I love him very much. He's been a part of who I am, and a lot of the life lessons I've learned have been through his performances in the Iron Man 1, 2, and 3, which I love all of them. It's my favorite trilogy in the MCU. I have them all. I watch them on a regular basis. I love Iron Man. How he kills Thanos, which he does kill Thanos. He has Thanos thinks that he has all the stones. But right before he snaps, he says, "I am inevitable." He snaps. The stones aren't there. He realizes it. He looks up at Iron Man, can't believe what's going on, and Iron Man says, "I am Iron Man," and he snaps his fingers. Thanos is killed, but in the process, the energy from the stones ends up killing Tony, and it's really sad. But the fact that he ended his life saying the words that were the last words in the first Iron Man movie, really poetic, and though sad, it was a fitting death that the guy who started the MCU should finish the big bad boss, and in my opinion, finish the MCU. So I really like that. You know, it was really good. Now, there is also the death of Captain America. It doesn't actually outright come about, but basically he's an old dude. By the end of it, he ends up going back in time and living out the rest of his young life with and marrying Peggy Carter. And I know a lot of people who are huge Captain America fans are kind of ticked at that because they're like, oh, that's something that he would never do. That's totally out of his character. I don't know. I think that he's been very selfless as a character throughout the entire MCU run, and for him to finally be able to do the thing that he wanted to do the most was kind of nice. You know, he was able to live out the rest of his life doing the thing that he actually wanted to do. For once, he was able to live life the way he had always wanted, which was to be with her. And I think that, you know, in my personal opinion, I think that's really sweet. I'm a sap for that type of stuff. People who give up everything, and when they finally get a shot at, you know, they've done so much for other people that they finally be able to get what they want. I think that's great. I think it's really admirable. You know, it's like, wow, they look at all the stuff they gave up that they wanted for themselves, and so finally now they get their chance. And I think that Captain America deserved it. I'm not a huge Captain America fan. Far more of a fan of Iron Man. But I thought it was well deserved. I know that this film is very controversial in this sense, and I know a lot of you might say Endgame's bad. It's not 9 out of 10. It's probably like a 5 out of 10 or a 3 out of 10. I've seen 2 out of 10, and that's fine. You know, everyone has their own opinions or feelings. I think if I went into this movie super hyped and expecting so much out of this film, I would definitely be feeling bad about it. But I learned from The Last Jedi not to have expectations and not to go in them with expectations and fan theories. And so I avoided spoilers. And at the same time, I was like, I don't care what happens in this movie as long as I have a satisfactory conclusion. And I did. And I really enjoyed it. So anyways, tell me what you guys thought about Endgame. If you've seen it. If you haven't, and you watch the spoiler review, tell me what you thought about the spoilers. Or if you have any questions, if you don't want to see it yet, but you don't mind being spoiled, if you want to ask me a question about it, I don't mind answering it in the comment section below. And as always, if you've seen it and you liked it, I really am glad that you liked the film. If you didn't like it, you know, this is the end. It's SJW all the way down from here. They kind of set that up at the end of this film too, and it's just, I'm too tired to even want to talk about that. That's just a whole bunch of mess. Anyways, tell me what you guys thought. What you guys thought about the film, or what you think about the film, or why you didn't go see it. I don't know. Yeah. And as always, I hope that you all have a fantastic rest of your day.
Well, I was going into Toshi Station to pick up some power converters.
You can waste time with your friends when your chores are done. Come on.
Well, I was going into Toshi Station to pick up some power converters.
Luke, on the line.